Hey everyone, it's Lori from Lori J Journals, and I'm here to do a quick video today. I am participating in a collaboration, an open collaboration with Creating in the Waiting, and really anybody else who decides they want to join along. Arlene from Creating in the Waiting is inviting an open collaboration, hashtag all things altered. So that's what I'm doing here today. I'm going to also alter a guest check. So a lot of people use these in their junk journals, and I've received quite a few of them in stash bundles and Happy Mail and things like that. And I really don't use them very much. So I decided this was a challenge for me today. I'm going to try to keep it short. Here's the thing. To be honest, I did this already this morning and totally forgot that I was supposed to make a video and share it on YouTube. So I'm going to be able to move through this relatively quickly. I'm going to kind of repeat the process I did this morning, but obviously with a slightly altered design. I'm going to make a pocket out of this guest check. I'm going to embellish it and it'll be ready to go in one of the journals that I'm working on now. So I'm going to do that. The first thing I did was I took off this perforated spot at the bottom. I did cut this up and use it, and I think I'll do that again. And then I decided to fold it in half and create a pocket, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am going to ink the edges with some tea dye ink. I got one of these, the little itty bitty dabbers, the new ones from Tim Holtz, and I absolutely love it, especially when you're working on very small items like this. I was working on some tiny little words earlier, and it's perfect because I have small hands, but also when you're trying to get onto a very small piece of paper, you're able to do that. So this whole thing was started by Arlene, and she is Creating in the Waiting on YouTube, and then she also has a Facebook group called Savage Art. That's how I met her, if you will. It's a great group. You should check it out, and I'll put everything in the notes. I'm going to step away for just a second to sew the sides of this. My sewing machine is off camera. Okay. So I have now inked the edges. I've sewn, I'm leaving this fold. I could have sewn down here too. I've decided not to. A, I kind of like the asymmetrical look, and B, if I stitch here, I'm going to make the pocket that much smaller, so I don't really want to do that. The next thing I'm going to do is put my my spot here for the front so that you can see. I like to do this upside down so I can see how far I'm going. It's a teeny bit off center, but that's okay. Embrace imperfection, right? I'm just going to ink that up too. Make sure I get the back. And these guest checks are cool for pockets. They're a little bit thicker than your average paper, but not quite as thick as scrapbook paper or cardstock. So I kind of like that. It's sturdy, but not super thick. And now I'm just going to embellish it. My desk is a little bit cleared off here. We're getting ready to hang some some new shelves, and my husband has asked me to clear off my desk so he can get to the wall. So I've kept a couple of little small items here. I love the writing on this one. Let's see. Don't have that much to work with here. So I'm looking in a couple of my scrapbles. If you followed me, I know I don't have many videos on my channel yet, but if you followed me on Instagram, you know that I just love fabric. So there's probably going to be some fabric in here in a minute too. I like the pink in this because there's pink in the guest check. Let's see if I can find a piece of fabric. I kind of like this piece of ribbon, but I think it's too much writing with the other piece. Let's see. Oh, this is a great little piece of scrap of Tim Holtz fabric. That might do it. It's kind of got a hint of pink there, but not too much. Let's see if I can get it. In my world, in Lori J Journals, the scrappier the better. The more threads hanging, the better, the better in my book. I don't know if I like the extreme contrast there. The browns with, this is pretty white. Maybe if I ink this up, it'll take away some of the stark whiteness. And I hope the camera's not too shaky. I apologize if it is. I'm in a temporary setup for that same reason, that my whole desk area is kind of pulled apart so that my husband can get to the wall and hang those shelves. So that's going to be happening pretty soon. And as a result, a lot of my things are away from my desk. I think that helps a little bit. I like that, the way that looks inked. I don't love that edge. Let's do this some more. And I'm really excited that Arlene has this challenge going. I don't have a lot of videos on my channel, as you probably realized if you're visiting me here today. I just find that I don't really have a lot of time. I get too perfectionist and I start videoing and then I don't like, and then I stop or I record and I'm not happy. But I'm getting better, and I think that this collaboration is going to help me a lot. It's going to get me going to make some short videos and to not worry too much. Keeping them short. That's my goal here. So I think, pretty sure I like that. Yeah. Let me check one other. Let's see if there's, oh, here's another smaller piece, and it's off that same scrap. I actually remember cutting that off recently. I think I'm gonna hang it back with that. It's just, maybe I would like it with a snippet of some lace for an added texture. Let's see. I also brought over, if you know me, you know I love hearts. I brought over a couple of these because I thought I might like that better. Do I like that better? They seem to be really wanting to use that little piece of pink. I don't know, maybe that's too busy, too clustery. I'm gonna try one other thing, and then I'm gonna force myself to commit, because A, I wanted to keep this video short, and B, I actually don't really have a lot of time. I have somewhere I have to be shortly. Somebody on the way to get me. Nope, not liking that scrap. Maybe I need something fuzzier. There's that white again. I'm not sure. All right, going back to my original plan. Let's stick with this one. It goes this way. And I keep forgetting that sometimes it looks really cool when you hang it off the edge. It doesn't have to sit neatly all the time. And I've got a couple of options for the heart because it's double-sided, but I think it's too busy double. I think I like that. I have a bright pink one, but I don't really like the way it goes with that. So I could also go completely neutral with the heart like that. So hard to decide. All right. I think what might be giving me a hard time is that piece of fabric. So I'm going to see if I have something else in my scraps I like better. You know what? I used, on the one I did this morning, I used a little piece of denim and it looked cute because of the blue and the guest checks. So I think I'm going to try that. See if maybe I like that better. Let's see. One of the things that I'm trying to learn about YouTube is when to talk and when to just create and let people watch. I tend to be a talker, and sometimes I wonder if I talk too much. So I'd love that feedback. If you watch this video and you want to give me some feedback about whether you think I talk too much or need to talk more. I know some people like to hear about your process. Others just want to watch you create. I'm open to feedback either way. And I just still can't find something that makes me happy. All right, sometimes the answer to that is just to dump off and start over again, okay? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see if I find a combination I like better. See, now I actually kind of like the layering of both, the way they both have writing. At first I thought I set this ribbon aside because I thought it was too busy because they both had writing, but I actually really like it. So I think this might be the one. And then the heart like that, or the heart like this. I think that's how I like it. So let's start making some commitments and getting this down. I'm using glitter glue, mostly because it's what I have handy and because it's versatile. I know I can use it for small. I only had to have one glue bottle out, again, with this kind of transition spot I'm in. I wanted to make sure that I could put things away quickly before I head out. Oh, the other thing I wanted to do is I really wanted to use although I have this number here, what I did earlier, which was fun, is I used this server number and I inked it up. It reminded me a little of like a coffee stain on a check. Like when you're at an actual restaurant and things get messy. But I think I put a little, maybe I think I put a little piece of fabric under it. Let me find a tiny little scrap. I know I have some. Here we go. Maybe that on here. Fabric, more layers, the more fabric, the better. And I actually think I'm going to ink up the fabric a little too, because why not? Take some of the stark white out of it. Oh yeah, I like that. And what I'm going to do, and I unfortunately cannot do this now because I don't have time to pull it all out, but I'm going to ink a number on here. I think when I did it earlier, I did server number 6, but I'll just pick a number and I will, look at me getting all jittery. All right. I think earlier I did server number 6. So I'll pick a lucky number and I will put that on there. Now, what I have to decide is, do I want to put one of those hearts on? Where did it go? Can't put it on if I lost it. Ah, here it is. I could put a heart on here. Do that. I didn't like it that way. So there's that one, or there is that one. I also have one of these. I don't know. I don't know if it'll lay flat enough for this. I mean, I like texture. Like, it actually really goes, doesn't it? All right. I'm going to go out of form, and I know I can reach for my Fabri-Tac here because it's right here. And maybe there won't be a heart on this one. Let's see. See if it goes anywhere else. Probably not. I think I'm going to be good with it just like this. Give it a minute to set. And there we go. I've got my altered guest check. It's a cute little pocket for a tag or some other small pieces of ephemera for my junk journal. And I think this is going to go in one that I am working on right now. So join the open collaboration. Again, it's hashtag all things altered. And the kind of lead collaborator here is Arlene from Creating in the Waiting. Make sure you hit her YouTube channel and visit the Savage Art Facebook group. Have a good one, everyone.